Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. We're back with some more Oxygen Not Included. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Hello, Ayla Avo, Zarek, Charlie Kelly. Hello, gamers. I wonder what an Orehull ranch would look like. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do today, I didn't sleep very well last night, but I'm going to adapt one of the Paku Ranch designs from one of my old videos. And A, I'm going to see how it works with the Orehulls being 2x2. B, I'm going to see how it goes with the tower kelps actually being grown in a separate room where we can fertilize them. So I think what I'm going to do... is we're going to do it based off the Jawbo's video guide. Because in that one we had seacomb leaves in a separate room. And that went pretty well. Used the Jawbo ranch and it was okay? Yeah. We'll have to actually do an updated Jawbo ranch design at some point, but I'm not overly interested in doing that at the moment. That will come later. But yes, pinch peppers are growing well. We have a large Gildgo breeding operation down here. Some of these guys are getting a bit hot. That's not ideal. I think we scalded some of them earlier on. We have a hot pipe full of gunk running through here to boil all of them mucin. I'm hoping as the amount of Gildgos in this room increases, and we keep adding more mucin in, they shouldn't keep scalding. I guess if some of them scald, it's not the end of the world. Oh, right, hold on. There you go. Now I can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, there you go, that helps. Oh, Stinger's Playground. Hope you're doing well. We are cooking today. But yeah, believe it or not, the plant pulverizer has had melted mercury on it, so we're going to remove this. Although I think what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to put another one over here on some mesh tiles. This is a very good long-term layout, isn't it? Yeah, no, we are talking about fish. I'm going to ranch the Orehulls today. I'm wondering where I'm going to put them. This is a very conspicuously shaped blob of polluted water, isn't it? We do have a vent which we can actually dump more polluted water into. This seems like a good starting point. There's a little bit of salt water in here. That's okay. The tower kelps grow in all of these different liquids, and the Orehulls don't care about what liquid they're in. We just need the kelpoles to come out. But I think... yeah, I think what I'd like to do is I would like to have the fish go into the tank from the right, and then have the excess Orehulls go over onto the left. I think that's what I would like to do. I don't think this is an emergency either way. If some of these Gildgos scald, it's not the end of the world. The most important thing to me is just that we're getting the heat from the metal refinery out, and that we are actually getting the slime out, because the slime is what we're using to make a load of biodiesel. We did actually have a carbon dioxide rocket. We went and collected some databanks with it. But unfortunately, I forgot how far away this destination was. It's too far away. So we ran out of fuel. We had to blow it up. So that's not good. We're a bit low on databanks for the research for the biodiesel engine. I might mess around with that today. I might not. There are some geysers on this planet that I haven't analyzed. That would be good to have a look at. This room is actually overpressure and it's quite cold. So that might be something that we go do. We might go have a look at that hydrogen bed. What other geysers do we actually have over here? We have a couple, not a lot. That might be irritating. In any case, not a huge priority. Today I mostly want to focus on the Orehulls. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to set them up over here just because this is a nice empty area that we can fill with liquids as we go. And we can actually just fill it with some of the salt water from the map. That's not a problem at all. So let's actually just start by getting them to dig everything out here, and then we'll go from there. We got the fire pole and everything. I'll keep digging out all of these tiles as well. I'll get them to deconstruct everything over here. I don't think there's anything over here that we care about. We will analyze the Printerceptor once again for our daily data bank. Also, I will get you to actually remove all your data banks. That's going to help with that. Good. We got a delightful poop for us to have a look at. That's nice. Yeah, we'll just start out by clearing some space. Is it literally just the databanks we're waiting for now? I think it is. Okay. I do have something to print as well. What would I even want to print? I still don't know yet. I'm going to leave this a bit longer. Literal decision paralysis at this point. But yeah, let's just put another plant pulverizer up here, same as the first. This one can get hooked up to the pipe there. And then the auto sweeper is still actually in range of that. So that's actually fine. And worst case, I'll put another one over here. You know what? Actually, why don't I just have this over here? I think it was because I wanted to make sure that everything was nice and cold. I think I'm just going to hook this one up here as well. Like, why not? It's all in range of the auto sweeper, right? Yeah. I mean, I could do with putting a lamp here, realistically. Should I just go grab a carved lumen quartz? We do have lumen quartzes, right? I add a list. Also, let's actually just check what's going on over here. I don't think that's a cause for concern. There's definitely some stuff going on here. And what are the levels we're going to have this at? I don't think that actually really matters too much. Let's start building some ladders. Okay, so that's a level. That's a level. So we want it to be in line with this, roughly. It's probably not going to be very tall. This is definitely going to be a pretty straightforward system. What rock should I make this out of? Granite, probably. I need to get better at local digging. And then I know there's nothing over here that's going to cause us any problems. I think what I'll do is I'll dig it out to here. Oh, whoops, that's not what I want. Get rid of that. Build these ladders. Then we can get rid of all the back walls pretty easily. That could go over here, and then I can just get under here for a little bit of access. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't think this Orehull thing is going to have to be huge. The main thing is, I probably do need to make it tall, because these tower kelp plants grow pretty tall. I think they actually literally go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the base part of the plant grows, it starts as 2 segments, and then it grows another 8 segments on top of that. So I'll have to think about that. And then maybe we'll think about the ratios of other things to go in the room as well. That's fine, people can get on with that. Let's turn the diagnostics on just in case we get more idleness. But yeah, I hope you're all having a pleasant day. I was not very productive on the Rex video today. I mostly just played Overwatch. Because I just got back from Scotland, and I was like, well, the season's ending on Tuesday. I have 100 loot boxes I haven't opened. Let's just have fun. It's important to just have fun sometimes. Right, lumen quartzes. That's what I was actually going to look for, wasn't it? So, lumen. Nope, we have not done anything involving those. So, there is a mammoth biome down here. Is that it? That is the only one. Are there actually... There is one lumen quartz in here. Now, this actually seems fine. All I should need to do is go up here. And... I don't know. Probably overcomplicating it a little bit. We'll just carve this. These mammoths should be fine. Mammoths don't mind variety of heat conditions, and we can always print a mammoth egg if we need to. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is going. I'm not seeing a load of actively scolding Gildgos, so that's good enough for me. If we actually have a look at the slime count... Not that much at the moment. This auto sweeper is running pretty much constantly. That's okay. There's another biome top left. True. Here. Yeah, that's true. Yep, okay. Oh, there's some regular water in here. I should probably actually just open this, shouldn't I? How about... we go up here. I let you let this water out over here, and then we can pitcher pump that up. And then we can carve this one too. I'll just put the 2 lumen quarters down there, because I'm probably just going to want to shove them around a bit. This is a bit randomly placed. That's alright. Oh! The steam ended up in here. Why? We dumped a load of mercury in here. This shouldn't have happened. Well, I'll dump more mercury in here. That's... The good thing about the mercury is it's not very conductive, so that shouldn't actually cause a problem. But I really don't want to release thousands of tons of steam into the map. That would probably end the run, I think. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's priority 9 that. Shouldn't take the dupes too long to get this all done either. There's a lot of carbon dioxide down here, that's fine. We did set up a carbon skimmer. This is gradually working. Breathability is not good. So that's kind of because we turned off our main spawn. And by turned off, I mean it broke. And we're gradually pumping all the hydrogen out. Now there is a load of oxygen up here. I guess I'm just going to release this. Should I just release this all? The dupes are all in suits anyways. They're not going to get popped eardrums. Yang, how are you? Yang has been in space. Yang needs a suit. That's true. Yang didn't get their suit back from space. So here you go. Wait, we have 8 Atmos suits? Why have we got 8 Atmos suits? Can you also just sweep this and get rid of the Gildgo? Or get rid of the Slogo. We don't need regular Slogos anymore. Then I think we'll speed that up. Yeah, I'm expecting this count to get to about 200 based off of a full Brachine fountain. The fountain is starting to fill up now that we actually have almost 8 pincher peppers in here. We have 6. And they are getting fertilized. I do need to remember that Highborn Jace is the only one with any farming or branching boosters at the moment, so I might want to adjust that a little bit. I don't know. Got some mixed fruit, tropical, alcohol-free cider to keep us cool again. Yeah, the actual tank. So the thing we could do with this, fish physics, or fish behavior, I guess, they only get crowded based on the size of the body of water they're in. So we can have the fish be in a pretty small body of water and have the rest of it be allocated to the tower kelps, which are then in a separate farm room. So that's exactly what we did with the original Jawbo build. I don't think we would have to actually make too many adjustments to our Jawbo build. How much dupe labor is it to provide the Brachine? Not a huge amount. For reference, each critter consumes 5 kilograms of Brachine per cycle. So when you're doing the plant pulverizing, that is at present a 40-second errand. This goes down with operating skill, and that makes 4 doses. So for a ranch full of critters, you need 40 kilograms per cycle. That's 2 operations. That is at most 80 seconds if you haven't got a complete idiot doing this. And we're using the mucin on the map currently to make the Brachine, because the random Slogos have already actually made a load of mucin, which is quite nice for us. So the answer is not a lot, not really. And obviously if you get gassy moos going, that's a lot less dupe labor as well. Yeah, the population is quite large in here now. I'll get rid of this ladder, we don't need that anymore. I'm sure some of this mercury is going to keep melting as well, but I just wanted to make sure that all of our base mercury is getting dumped in here. That being said, I am going to enable auto bottle on that, and I'm going to yellow alert that so that we seal off the steam. I should probably actually try and push that back in here. That's a lot of heat that we're removing. I don't want to... I don't know. That's... I think we're just gonna seal it like that. I'm not sure... okay, it looks like that action specifically did actually push the steam back into the room. And now it's left a vacuum, which won't transfer any heat. So, that's good. I think someone walked in here with something hot. And it may have boiled the mercury. No, well, maybe. I don't know. There isn't any mercury liquid in here, is there? No? Okay. Hey, this sensor's actually up to temperature. That's good. Should I actually increase this to 127? Let's give it a try. There is more heat in here now. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, if we see any health bars here, that shows that they're actively being scalded. Or they have been scalded at least somewhat recently. Now, what could be an idea is for me to actually put doors here so that the polluted water doesn't stay here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna agonize about that. We've got to agonize about something else today. Get this all out of here. The natural gas stuff can stay here. That's fine. I love how this tidal turbine is just running on the ethanol now. That's very silly. Right. That's a fair amount of oxygen we've released from this. you can just kind of see the pressure wave of the oxygen that's been sent out over here. I am literally just gonna leave that open until we detect any more problems. The other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep putting ice temperature plates in here. I know this is not a good long-term solution to cooling these steam turbines, but I do not want to spend all of my time thinking about this for the remainder of the run. So we're gonna keep doing it. I imagine scalded slogos taste like oysters. I'm sure they taste fairly nice. I was thinking about a hypothetical the other day. So you know snails are eaten in some cultures. You have French escargot, etc. And there are giant African snails, but people don't tend to eat those because of parasites and things like that. I think I'm going to have to actually sweep this one tile here. What if there was an even bigger snail, like the size of a cow? I don't know how that would work from a biological sense. But if there was such a snail, and it was not a dangerous source of parasites, would that actually be a viable food source, or would there be something else getting in the way? I'm not sure the texture would be very nice if it was just like a massive steak of snail. I don't know why I was thinking about this. Possibly to do with the slogos, I don't know. Right. Now, I think what I'm gonna do... I think I'm just going to start building my normal design with the Jawbos. Or at least I'm gonna lay it out, and then I'm gonna see what adaptations I need to make to get this sorted out for the other guys. So... we're going to use the dropper method. We're going to drop eggs onto a weight plate. We're going to navigate the eggs up that way, and then we're going to send the rest of the excess Orehulls somewhere else. We're going to let the Orehulls flop into the designated target zone. I'm going to leave some extra space than usual, just so that we... oh. I guess we're going to remove a ladder. I'm going to leave a little bit of extra space just so that we have a bit more room to navigate this thing around. In fact, actually, maybe let's do one more than that. And I will get you to dig all of these back walls as well, because that irritates me to no end. Giant African snails are eaten in West Africa. Conchs are a popular meat. Yeah, so I guess, is there a lot of, I guess there must be a lot of cleaning that's involved in that. Or perhaps there's certain snails that aren't at risk of the whole parasite thing. I say this because I was considering getting a giant African land snail at one point instead of fish. But, I think everyone... oh wait, don't do this one. That was the one I literally just wanted to do. I think everyone is kind of glad that I didn't do that. Right, so weight plate there. The Orehulls, what temperature do they actually spawn at? Does the game say? I think they spawn at a fairly reasonable temperature, so I'm not going to worry about their temperature too much. We're just going to let them flop into a pool here. You could dig these tiles up pretty quickly. Let's get some loot. Yeah, I started a little bit early today because I'm not sure how long it's actually going to take me to set up all of this Orehull stuff. And I'm very keen to actually get it done today if I've not been productive on the Rex video. Right, so we'll have a tile here, and then we'll have probably a 2-wide pool so that the Orehull can actually flop in. That seems reasonable to me. And then we're going to have a mechanized door that we're going to open and shut based on when we want guys to flop left or when we want them to flop right. There are farms raising snails for food too. Those are generally safe. I guess it's probably just the breeding conditions of the snail and where you've gotten them from. That makes sense to me. Right, fish feeder. I am going to put a fish feeder in here because we're going to grow the kelpoles and the nori in another room. I'm just going to put the nori in the fish feeder. The good thing about nori, it takes absolutely ages to spoil. So if we actually go in here, well, there's an Orehull in here, so that's not going to work. If we go in a room where there's actually kelpoles, yeah, there's nori all over the floor, even in an area with polluted water. It takes like 32 cycles-ish for it to spoil. So there is actually just a large amount of nori over here we could grab as well. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to let the kelpoles roam around. Kelpoles only live for 5 cycles before they turn into nori. So we're going to fertilize the tower kelps, but I'm going to tell them not to do anything with the kelpoles other than just let them hang out. The only other thing to consider is the kelpoles do take up space. They take up 8 cells of space each. So I guess we'll be sizing the rooms accordingly. Right. So we're gonna have the fish feeder here, and that's gonna be full of nori. And then I'll put auto sweepers in the room over here, and then we're gonna sort something out. So next, we're gonna have 2 doors over here. Yeah, we're going to have 2 doors over here so that the Orehulls will either flop into this room or they're going to flop into the main tank. And then I'm going to put some ladders over here so we can get over this whole area regardless of what's going on. We're going to have an auto sweeper here. And then that auto sweeper is going to be able to reach... I'm going to put a tile here as well so we can't reach in here. No, actually, hold on, that's not right. It's not right. Oh yeah, the auto sweeper is not supposed to reach any of the tiles in here. This one is just for navigating stuff up here. We're going to have 2 different auto sweepers. One of them is going to feed it from down here. I think Orehulls kill excess kelpoles too. Yes, they do. They do automatically cull. I'm just umming and ahhing about whether I want to lead the kelpoles into the room. I guess they're sharing the same tank, so there's no real reason not to. I think what I would do is I would put some I put some pneumatic doors to separate the rooms out. But yeah, we could have the kelpoles swim into the Orehull Ranch. I have actually done Orehull ranching before. We did it on the previous test run. My issue with that was it didn't feel very efficient what I was doing. It was basically just my first attempt, and I want to try and do something a little bit better. So we'll build those tiles as well. Then this is going to be the end over here. And maybe I'll have a little pool of liquid for the excess guys to go into here as well. I could just fill this all up with polluted water. That should be fine, right? It doesn't have to be polluted water. I think we're actually going to do the whole thing with salt water just because there's a load of salt water here we can tip in right away. So we'll do that. I'll put a couple of bottle emptiers in here. I think I actually do have time to do that at the moment. And then what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to have a Now, I don't think I can actually have an auto super here that reaches both tiles. Because it's very important that we don't grab the eggs in this room when we drop them. But I do want to make sure we can grab all the excess products from the excess Orehulls. I'll have a think about that in a minute. But that's why I wanted to do this sort of corner access. Maybe we could do a double corner access, like... That'd be a little weird, but I think we could do it. We might end up making a Sandbox Showcase video based on a design like this, but this is just going to be like an idea. I'm not going to pretend this is going to be necessarily the final design either. Yeah, let's think about this. So we could stick... If I stick an auto super here, we could reach that tile, which was part of the original design. And then I think I would have to lower that to get to this tile, because it has to be a diagonal bit. That's probably alright. And then that would just go here. I don't know whether that's worth all of that effort or not, but this seems like it would work. Question: do you see a bug on the corals and saltwater consumption? It seems like they never consume any and still works. I haven't noticed it, but it doesn't mean that isn't a thing. Okay, so the point is this auto sweeper can access everything from up here. That means that this room down here can be accessed for the Orehull tank. So I think that's how much space this is going to take up in general. And we want the Orehulls to go over here. Now, I know that we probably... I want to keep the Orehulls in a relatively small area. I think the issue is, if I let the Kelpoles come in, then the Orehulls will also be able to go out. And I don't want the Orehulls swimming around with all the tower kelps. I think I am going to keep them separate, like I implied earlier. So we'll just have a little bit here, and then we'll have some mesh tiles or some doors. We'll let the Kelpoles hang around. Because there isn't actually an issue with letting the Kelpoles hang around. And then we can just auto-sweep the Nori into the feeder. I don't envision that having any problems. But we'll need a few other buildings in here. We'll need the Aquatic Critter Condo, which is fine. Let's do the special one, for obvious reasons. Probably don't need to make this super deep. I think what I will do is I will put the doors here, just for organization's sake. And then we know these things are going to be 10 tall in the end. So I think what we'll do... Let's think about how many tower kelps we need per Orehull as well. So each Orehull eats 20 kilograms of Nori per cycle. That's 2 Kelpoles. Each tower kelp... let's see. Each tower kelp produces up to 2.67 Kelpoles per unit, per cycle. If all 8 segments are active, that's correct. And they will be, because we're trying to do this as efficiently as possible. We're also going to be fertilizing them. So it's actually going to be 5.33. We're doing that so that we're positive on polluted water and polluted dirt. So 5.33 per plant. 3 plants is 16. That's enough for 8 Orehulls. Each Orehull takes up... how much space? 16, right? No, 12. Okay, yeah, 12. That's a bit weird. They're 2x2 critters. But again, it's the size of the pool that matters. And I think we can make this quite a big pool. I think the actual constraint on the size of the pool is where we would put the farm station. And also, the farm station actually needs to be... it needs to be in a room as well. I actually had a flooded bit over here in the Jawbo design, but I don't think we need to necessarily replicate that here. So that's going to go there. I don't think we need a thermo aqua tuner for any of this. We used a thermo aqua tuner in the Jawbo video because we were actually freezing the Jawbo fillets. No, the Paku fillets for the Jawbo consumption. I don't think we need to worry about that anymore. There is a little bit of dead space down here, which I'm not keen on. So actually, how about instead of that, we put the doors here. I'll get rid of these bits. And then all of the tower kelps will go down here. Because the size of the greenhouse is going to be the constraint on all of this. We want the greenhouse to be as small as it reasonably can be. So I think it's probably going to be something like this. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Hold on. Right. So 4, 5, 4, 5. So the greenhouse actually needs to be... The farm station needs to be here. Yes. The farm station needs to be here. This is going to make a lot of sense. I haven't planned any of this, by the way. I was tempted to, but I thought playing Overwatch was more appealing today. If I was going to spend any day farming Overwatch loot, it was going to be today. That's just how it is. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Right, this can be salt water. Because I don't want any off-gassing shenanigans either. Please do disassemble that one as well. So we know we want 120 tiles for this. That's going to be... We could take up another 6 tiles up here. And then that's going to go across to there. Okay. Seems acceptable. Yeah. Now, yeah, we're making this all out of granite as well because it's very pressure resistant. So that should be good for us. What else do I want to do over here? I could do it like this. And then we have... Then we could have a few more items up here. I'm not sure what exactly we'd have up here. Obviously, we're going to have to get rid of all these ladders later. Yeah! People are out there paying for Overwatch skins, not me. It's not submerged. Okay, we need the farm tiles as well. Do you cull the excess kelpoles in the farm? Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm thinking about. Perhaps what we do is we actually have this open up here, but we leave it out of the room. So it's more water space for the kelpoles. But I think the answer is no, I am not going to cull the kelpoles. But let's investigate that. So each tower kelp requires 30 kilograms of polluted water and 40 kilograms of polluted dirt per cycle. So we do need these to be hydroponic farms. So if we had 9 fertilized plants here... Oh, I see what the issue is. If we had 9 fertilized kelpole, tower kelps in here, that would be 48 kelpoles? Plus the Orehulls. How many Orehulls would that even be? That would be 24. Yeah, that's not gonna... You need a massive pool of water for this. Which we could do. We could do that. We have plenty of room. But... Oh my god. 24 Orehulls. We could put 24 Orehulls in here. Again, it's the size of the water body that counts, not the size of the... Not the size of the actual ranch. Right? So 48 times... Okay, I think I'm actually going to whip out the calculator for that. 80 tower kelps are like 80 tasks to fertilize and harvest that needs like 2 or 3 full farming boops. We could do that. We could totally do that. I wanted to investigate this and see how viable it was. We don't need anyone to harvest. Well, I guess they're going to waste the micronutrient fertilizer if they do. Yeah, we'll just get a lot of farming boops involved. So, 12 times 40... No, 12 times 24. Plus 8 times 48. 672 tiles. So this would need to be a very large pool of liquid. Which we may... Do we have that much liquid? Maybe. That's probably a little bit excessive. So I think what we would do is... The other thing I do actually have to do, I have to organize where I'm going to put the auto sweeper. So I think we're going to have 8 tower kelps. I think that's a bit more reasonable. And then we can put the auto sweepers in the middle. I only had 2 tower kelps and one was keeping up. We had a lot of tower kelps last time as well, but they weren't fertilized. So these are the areas where we'd actually keep all of the guys. Now, if we put an auto sweeper in here, it's not quite wide enough for the whole room. I could move this over. That shouldn't be an issue. So put some extra tiles here, and then we can put 1 auto sweeper to cover the whole room. That feels reasonable. So it's probably going to go... I don't know why I'm making this all out of iron, by the way. That could go here, maybe? I'll seal that as well. We also need a way to actually get down here, but I think it's just going to be the swimming dupes, right? This door won't be open all the time. I could just have the polluted water get up to this level. Have some mesh tiles here. Have them get in here. That might cause some issues with this door closing. We've had that issue before with this build. In any case, this will need to be sealed off as well, so this actually counts as a greenhouse. And then we'll need to start dumping the polluted water in. Now, or the salt water, yeah. Okay, so... Open that, open that, open that. I tend to keep handicap accessibility for non-swimmers just in case they fall in. Yes, that is a good idea. For sure. So I think what we'll do is we'll get them to come down here, and then I can open that up. And then we can start letting the water in through here. In fact, I don't think I actually need to open those two. We'll just let it all in through here. And then I will start digging out all of this. This is soft material, so that's probably not going to go very well. The rest of the metal is hard, so let's actually put that in there. Yeah. I don't have access to this region. Why not? There was access for a time, and then I built all of this. That's reasonable. Okay, so I could just remove this column. That's fine. I'm just doing hypotheticals today. We're investigating the problems with this system, and then we'll go from there. So let's start planting the tower kelps. There's a couple more that we could go harvest as well, I think. Random plants aren't being productive, like this one. You could dig that up. There's one in space, I believe. Yeah, there we go. You can reach that. There's an Atmos suit over here. Okay. There's one more in this bit. I keep trying to separate this off so I can actually move the fire pole over. In fact, actually, I'm at the point where I can do that now. Fun. Yeah, let's do that as well. I don't think that's going to cause any issues there. I want to leave that ecosystem alive. I think I could just come in here, actually. So all I could do is... That's some regular water that would get dumped in here. I don't think that matters at all. So we'll let that happen, and then we'll come in... how about we just come in here? And then we can dig that out. That seems reasonable. Okay. What's the air pressure these days? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a bit too pressurized now. I'll seal this back up. Who needs gas pumps, eh? Wow, that did not cool this down for very long at all. I might have to investigate that again today. I don't really want to, though. Now, polluted water. I had a little thing here that was going to go to these thimble reeds. What I could pretty easily do is divert that to go down here into the things. Now, I also want to put a ladder here to make sure we can still get across. And then I think that could just come down here, and then... Probably no reason to really overcomplicate this. I just want to make it so that I can flip this... I can flip this to thimble reeds if we run out of reed fiber. We do currently have 100 reed fiber. We're not actively consuming it, so... For maintenance, unless we gunk someone again, which we shouldn't for a while. Because we built a load of tanks. Sure, I'll print some more Draco eggs. We got some kind of silly situation going on here with the beacons now. We can't access any of this at the moment. I'm going to have to build some more ladders, probably. Just temporarily. Maybe something like that? What do you mean you can't reach that tile? Surely you could get... You not get in here. It's kind of weird that they can't just open the door. I guess, oh, they can't open the door and stand on it at the same time. That's true. Okay, well, that's enough salt water in there, I think. Yeah. Quantum Zari's on a 20-stream watch streak. That's quite impressive. Looks like I've managed to catch quite a few of these streams recently. Indeed, you have. Thank you very much for sticking around. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. So, let's think about this. Water Sweeper would probably go... we need to dump the polluted dirt in here. So the auto sweeper would go on this tile. And we probably have a conveyor receptacle here for the polluted dirt. And in terms of the actual capacity of the room, we would... Would I just extend the pool of water all the way out here? I mean, we could. It would be a little sad, but we definitely could. Are we actually going to have enough salt water to fill this? Probably not. I guess we could start. So I think what I would want to do as well then is I would want to do this. And we would just go all the way over here. Now, it looks like the chlorine is kept in here by the CO2 pressure from the geyser now, which is quite amusing. I do not want to release all of that CO2 onto the map. We have been doing that, though, anyways, because these aren't sealed doors. That would explain where all the CO2 was coming from, wouldn't it? That would explain it. Okay. Alright, well, that clearly doesn't matter then. You guys are just going to get popped eardrums if you ever take your suits off. But thankfully, you're never going to have to take your suits off, so I don't think this is actually a cause for concern. So I'm just going to leave it. That's a good idea, surely. And then I'm going to seal this, at least, because at least this way the chlorine hasn't escaped. That is a certified small brain moment. These tiles are made of obsidian, so even though they don't give the run speed, they should be pressure resistant at least, so that should be good. Now, is this even 600 tiles? No. We probably wouldn't need that many if we got 8 fully fertilized things instead. Let's try that again. So 8 times 5.323. Times 8 plus... I think that'll be about 600 tiles. CO2 working atmospheres have some advantages. Yeah, they do. You could build the ladders down from the fertilizer building. Yeah, the only thing is... I mean, we could do that for now, but the only thing is... I'm going to get rid of these bits over here as well, so we can get in this room. Probably do this as well, because this is all going to be full of water. Mucin is actually quite good as a liquid filler for tanks, because it takes up so little space per tile. But I'm not really going crazy over that. How are you doing? 77? That's not bad, that's not bad. Yeah, the steam pressure in this room is actually increasing pretty significantly now. Will it catch up to the vent? That's the question. Probably not, because there's a lot more tiles in this room, but we'll see. Let's keep doing the slime, though. How much slime do we have now? 300 kilograms? That doesn't sound right. Oh no, there's like 700 down here. Okay. Did we do the lumen quartz? No? No, because you need to get up here. That's fine. About this one. You did do this one. Yeah, so relocate that lumen quartz. I'll just put it here for now, see how that goes. And then we'll put one here. That seems reasonable. So if I was literally... I'm going to have to deconstruct this whole thing, aren't I? Yeah. So if this whole thing was going to count as the liquid tank... Yeah, it still wouldn't be big enough. Now, the Kelpoles live for 5 cycles. Each plant would be producing 5.3 per day. Oh, that's true. They would accumulate quicker than that as well. I think we're just going to operate under the assumption that we actually have to manually target the Kelpoles, rather than letting them hang out in the tank. Or we just have to let the Orehulls drift into the tank to cull them. Perhaps that's just what we're going to have to do. I think that's what we're going to have to do. This is not going to be reasonable otherwise. We're just going to end up with too many Kelpoles accumulating. Definitely need the shearing station here as well. So that's going to shut off there. I think what we'll actually do then is we will cut this off here. Mucin is a low density, right? Is it low enough density to put the liquid vent at the bottom of the tank? Yes. I've designed the critter dropper in between the ranch and the farm to drop some extra Orehulls in the farm, because the last base I did died to lag. Oh, right. Okay. There. No, let's not go absolutely crazy with this. Let's just actually have a reasonably sized tank. So, if we fill it up to here, and then down here as well... 76 plus 45 is 121. There's a couple of extra tiles here. Let's say 9 Orehulls. We'll just do as many Orehulls as is reasonable for this limited space. And then that's obviously going to get sealed here. Now, you're trapped, so I think what we'll do is we'll build those tiles and then we'll release the liquids. So that should be fine. Let us do the Aquatic Critter Condo. I can go there. Oh, no, make that the other blueprint. And then we want the Aquatic Shearing Station. That needs to go against the back wall. Okay, let's back wall this. Do we need to back wall everything? Probably not. Might as well. The dupes are going to be hanging out down here, aren't they? And they're going to enter this room through the bit here. So we'll do the Aquatic Shearing Station And then the aquatic grooming station. And there should be room for conveyor loaders in here as well. I'll leave the feeder there in case we get any extra nori just from the map. But this should produce way more... This will produce way more kelpoles, but they'll cull the excess. They won't eat them. They'll cull them, and then we'll get to keep the nori. Right? Is that how it works? Alright, let's speed it up a little bit. Shouldn't you build everything before you seal the tank back up? No, because we're going to fill it with water and then we'll be able to access everything. With the tower kelps going where they are, we're not going to have room for ladders in here. So, I think I am just going to let the dupes swim around. Everyone has swim hack boosters. We could just build it with one less tower kelp and have a ladder. But I'm not going to today. What are some good uses for liquid mucin? Getting so much I don't know what to do with it. Boil it! That's what we're doing. Well, with the Gildgos, we're boiling it all in this room with the metal refinery and the polluted brine vent geotuned. So it's 70% steam, or 69% steam, 1% dirt, 30% slime. And then we're going to use the slime to make a load of brackine. No, we're going to use it to make a load of biodiesel with the phyto oil. How is the phyto oil pipeline doing? That's not bad. Okay. Yeah, so far so good. Oh, you guys are actually getting trapped for real now, right? Okay, let's just dig this out then. The bit's sealed up here, so go ahead and dig that, and then we can let these guys swim out. And we've got to make sure the water doesn't get above this level. Although, in actuality, we probably shouldn't let it get above... Oh, well, we do need it to get... We shouldn't let it get above that level. We need to have enough water in here so that the... Can I just yellow alert this? Just yellow alert this. I'll dig the sand over here as well. I think we were going to do some more... shuffling of the water this way as well. We'll see how it goes. Okay. That did not go quite as neatly as I wanted it to go. I think most of it is ending up in here, though. We've got the tidal turbine sealed, so that's actually fine. I'll let this out as well. I'll let that out as well. Now, I should be able to put some ladders up here. So let's do that for now. Yeah, now you guys can escape a little bit. That's fine. There's a load more salt water up here as well with the geyser. I don't quite want to get rid of that yet. We'll see how that goes. I could tile this to just push this water out of here. That would be pretty easy to do. Agent Cody databanks can get more boosters. Eduardo, you're the same. There you go. Right, aquatic shearing station, yes. Aquatic grooming station, yes. That will go in once we put the rest of this drywall in. And get rid of that ladder. Maybe this could be a mesh tile, although we don't need to let the liquid in after this point. Oh, I'll make it a mesh tile. Let's do that for now. I will let this clam continue to hang out. That's probably worth doing. Yeah, now you're actually getting in here and building this. That's good. Hooray. This means I should get rid of these ladders. And then the grooming station can go here. need a few different... we're gonna need at least one critter loader or conveyor loader in here to get the stuff out. So that is probably gonna go... We're gonna go here. That seems reasonable. Now I'm going to priority 9 these so that we actually plant the tower kelps now that they'll grow. Okay, let's speed up and keep going. Oh, right, hold on. The conductive wire, that would be a good one to do, wouldn't it? Which wire do I want? Not that one. The yellow one. Probably. That's fine, I think. Right, and then that can all be lead. That can go here. Yeah, see how that goes. What I could do as well is I could put a... I could put a fish release here and just manually release a couple of them. If we're gonna let them drift into this area, then I probably actually just want to keep these open. I can't believe we just let this open the entire time. That was very silly. Thankfully, none of it actually mattered. Right, these are going to grow. Conveyor rail of polluted dirt. Now, ultimately, we're gonna get that from some sludge presses. So I think what would actually make sense... If we're not gonna have liquids in this area, I'm just gonna put a load of sludge presses here. So that could be 1, 2... That could actually be 3. This doesn't need to be a room. We're going to have a load of polluted mud getting produced by the Orehulls. So that could go there. That's actually going to activate 2 lights at once, so I don't really want to do that. I guess something like this. None of the PO2 is off-gassing on the bleach stone? Yeah. That is true. Once you're doing the Bionic duplicate atmosuit stuff, it's not really an issue at all. These don't use a lot of power, so I think we will just plug these in like this. How is the liquid level? Okay, this looks like it's actually going to be a lot of polluted, a lot of salt water. So I will need to bear that in mind. I think you could stop dumping the salt water in here. Oh, it's full of germs? Gross. That's funny. This will need to be hooked up as well. And then we're going to need to pick up the polluted dirt. So... probably just 1 here and 1 here. Yeah, that could go there, and then this can go in here. Probably doesn't need to be that exact, but I don't care. Let's put some more wires in. Well, okay, that's fine. So that's going to be all the polluted dirt. We have some tiles here. You know what? I think this should just be mesh tiles. No, because there's going to be excess critters in here. We don't want this to be part of the same liquid pool. So that's why I wanted to keep it separate. Is this CO2 in here going to be a problem? I don't know. I think it is. I should probably make this an airflow tile then, right? So the CO2 can get pushed out. I guess it's gonna... How do I make sure it pushes out of all of this? I guess I'd want these two to be airflow tiles. That's probably the best way of actually doing it. Let's give that a try. Then we'll set these to polluted mud to polluted dirt and water. We have 90 tons of polluted mud. Okay, that's good. And then the polluted water is just going to come out here, obviously. So that's good. There you go. And then this way, what I'll do... Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to bridge this here. So we're going to prioritize it going back to the tower kelps. And then any excess can go in the thimble reeds. That's a good way of doing it. Okay. I'm going to priority 9 the deconstruct as well. This is getting pretty close to too much liquid, but let's let the CO2 get pushed out this bit first, and then we'll see what to do. Nice to see all these guys actually be productive. I don't think there's anything specific I need to put in here. Wait, why do you not count as a greenhouse? Why did I think this was 120 tiles? Is this actually possible at all then? I'm gonna have to adjust the room dimensions a little bit. That's probably fine. Yeah, the one we made for the friggin' Jawbos was only 96 tiles. So we know that this 90 tile area needs to be clear. I think we can do this, but we would actually need a little passageway over here. How would we do that? It would have to be a bit more creative than that, so... If we did that, it would be 98 tiles. I think I would actually have to... shuffle something around in here. Now, I could put some tiles here. This is getting firmly into silly zone now. Oh, I need to put some more salt water in here again. That CO2 is not escaping because we've got a little puddle of salt water here, really? Okay, so I'm going to need to remove that tile. Then I'm going to have to put some more airflow tiles in here probably as well. Probably at the point where I should seal this now, so let's go ahead and do that just now. I think this is still possible, but the layout is going to have to be a little different. Right, okay, so the CO2's all gone from that area, that's good. So sweep that up. Probably leave that space there so I could put a loader there or something, I don't know. Let's see. That should probably be an airflow tile. That should probably be an airflow tile. Right, we sealed that, so I think this liquid will equilibrate pretty well. Maybe? I don't know. In any case, it's not causing any pressure damage, so I think we're in the clear. So, yeah, I would actually need to put tiles in here so we can fit a farm station above the flooding level. Okay. Let's speed up a little bit. And then set this to polluted dirt. Some of the polluted stuff is going half and half because you need to remove that tile. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Put one more bottle of salt water in here afterwards. I think that will be okay. This is definitely pushing itself around the tank in a bit of a weird way, but that's okay. Right, Chip, you can have advanced schematics. That's fine. Do you actually do that? Yeah, okay. I did make a couple of extra crop tending boosters as well, so we can get on that. Why aren't you growing? You're too hot? No, you're too cold. Interesting. Why are you too cold? Is it actually... Oh, I see. This is actually leaking the temperature over here now, so this should be insulated. Yeah, I get it. Okay. And then do the same there. It's because the level dropped. Okay, I get it. I think I will just... The issue is, if we hook up the geyser, it's going to be too cold for these things. I think this will be alright once we insulate it. Because that is 40-degree polluted water that's recirculating. Ooh, open ranch layout, so cool. I always want to try it, but I fear it causes ranches to constantly swap jobs. Because the critters going in and out of the ranch. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to give it a try. I'm not 100% convinced this is going to work properly, but I want to see what it does. So we're going to put, let's see, probably 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles in here. The tower kelps are going to grow all the way up to the top. Then this will give us at least a little bit of extra room. I guess what I will do is I will put some doors here. That's a bit silly. And then this room can actually terminate over here somewhere. Is that too much liquid now that we put those tiles in? I guess we'll see. Yeah, get rid of these bits. This could get full of nori, that's fine. So go ahead and put the nori in here, we'll get them started. But yeah, we definitely can't have any ladders in here, there's just not room. If we were going to do this with ladders, we would need less tower kelps in the room. Okay, so that does count. This is now a 94 tile room, which is okay. And then this is a stable. That's good. Okay, so the other thing I can do is I could put the fish release in here. And this is how we could get some initial Orehulls into this situation. So let's go ahead and let's do that on this middle tile here. Yeah, I'm very curious about this. Right, okay, so fish release here. And then we'll go grab some Orehulls and we'll start working on feeding them. We do actually need one more tower kelp seed. Where would it be? Oh, there's one here. Okay. Let's dig this. And then I'm going to wrangle this guy. How old are you? You are fine. That's good. There aren't actually any... Oh, there aren't actually any Orehulls in here. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll open this up and we'll go grab a Lenori. That seems reasonable. That also seems reasonable over here for the same reason. Please do that. This will be set to Orehulls. Then, once this is actually all working, then I will definitely make sure that... we've got the automation set up here properly for the actual egg sorting. Because that's the whole point of this setup, is that so that we're not having to manually dump Orehulls in here. I'll take a digging booster, that sounds fine. There we go, it's an Orehull. You're wild, you're satisfied. Right, okay, let's put you at priority 9. Let's put you at priority 9. And then let's see what you do. Now, the one thing I haven't done in here is put a fountain in here. That would require too much space. That would require a bigger ranch here. That's okay. We can figure that out later. That doesn't have to be something we do right now. Also, I do technically have room to put it here. We'll just stunt the tower kelp a little bit. I don't think you're going to fit in here. Oh, okay. They tried. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, cozy. Mmm. Now you're going to eat some nori. Yep, okay. It's going to decrease your wildness. Very hungry. That's fine, we have lots of nori. I think this is fine. You got to go through the door for now. That worked well. We got the red rectangles of death. That's no good. No red rectangles on the thumbnail. Now, here's a question. If we put the fountain in here, the Kelpole's going to eat the fountain. I'm inclined to think that we're not going to actually have the fountain in here, because excess Orehulls don't give you extra iron ore. They don't get any scale growth when they're miserable, and they're going to be miserable in this little pit. Wow, you're eating through that pretty quickly. Now you're happy. Yeah, and the only other thing we get is a fairly large amount of shellfish, which is not something we actually need on this run. We only want to shear the guys. I wonder how long it'll take Clay to fix the red rectangles. I know, right? That seems like the sort of thing that really, really should be fixed properly. I'm not sure why it hasn't happened yet. Okay, let me have a look at this YouTube video. Let me have a look at the automation. I hope I had a section here set up to automation. I did. Okay. Now, was this before or after I put the mod on that shows me the setting? That would be good to know. Okay, so we're full of polluted water here. That's good. This is full of polluted dirt. That's good. Okay, good. I did actually still have the mod on. So let's start putting in the stuff. There's another thing I need to put here. I need to put a conveyor element sensor, because we're going to detect when the eggs come over and drop the eggs specifically on a specific tile. Okay, so I'll explain this in a minute. They should also fix the pinpock-eye recipes. What's wrong with the pinpock-eye recipes? Also, I'm going to need to move this over so I can keep reading everyone's messages on YouTube. If Orehull excretes in the kelp house room, mud will stay there. Is that acceptable? I need to put a loader in here then. Good thing we have an extra 2 tiles of space. But yes, you're right. We'll need to pick up everything in this room as well. Now, the Orehulls can't navigate onto this tile, so I'm not worried. They also can't navigate onto the tiles on the right. That's interesting. I was aware of this. Okay, so that's going to have to be a loader. I don't think this is necessarily going to be the final build that we're going to talk about in Sandbox Showcase, but I think it's going to be close enough that I'm going to be pretty happy with it. But it just depends on the critter behavior. So we need everything to go in here. Everything in this room is going in there. Then, let's see, automation. So we need an AND gate. It's going to go here. So if there's a small enough weight of eggs on this bit and it detects an egg, then it will activate the chutes. So we're going to set this to Orehull eggs. There's no Orehull variants, so that's good news for us as well. I'm going to put a critter sensor here as well. That's good. Now let's have a look at the happiness. It will say more about the happiness once we've actually got the... Once we've got it wild. Once we've got it tamed, right? See how that goes. Can I get some more Orehulls in here? We have the... Yeah, I'm going to start wrangling all of these guys. We do have all of the stuff now. We have enough Nori. I think this isn't going to be an issue. There's one in here as well. Getting this one might be a pain. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to dig in here. We should probably actually sort you out at some point, if we're actually planning on doing that at some point. I grab you. Oh, he's been bagged! Get him. So I'm going to set this to send green signal if below 20 kilograms. Let's do that for now. The only thing is, this critter sensor is not going to detect a mixture of critters. So I don't think this is going to work overly well. Let's just set this to 20. So if there's below 20 critters in here, then we're going to open this door. And what I'll do is I'll put a... Oh, no, that counts for this room. Oh, I see. I will fiddle with the setting on that sensor. I'm not sure about that one. My crusher stops crushing pin pokai after 5 times, and the crusher showing them is no more pin pokai, but I have 1,000 of them. Well, that's no good, because I'm actually planning on doing a load of pin pokai in this run. I built that. I'm beginning to think the critter sensor is going to be the problem with this whole plan. Because the Kelpoles are going to prevent us from filling us up to a nice equilibrium of Orehulls. If we're mixing them around the room. And if we're not mixing them around the room, we would need a gargantuan water tank to make sure these guys didn't feel overcrowded. At which point, I might as well separate the tanks completely, in which case we need a bigger tank for the Orehull. You always need to load it. Yeah, I've had an issue where the tallow gear balm hasn't been getting auto-swept when it should have been. Let's suppress notifications on you. So we're gonna put a, let's see. This is gonna be a filter gate. So we're gonna open this door 5 seconds after we open the other door, and then that's gonna let the guys through. And then I'm also going to open this door with a NOT gate when we want to let them flop into this bit. That's how that's gonna work. Then I don't think there's too much else I have to do here. So these two tiles are reachable. The main issue is this loader isn't going to be able to load in here. That's probably okay though. I could move the loaders around. In fact, I could probably have one loader accessible to each of these. I could just remove the bottle filler now, right? You floated up here. Is that a problem? No. Good. Okay. The mechatronics is going to be a little bit complicated as well. You ran into a weird issue. None of my dupes are using the arcade machine. They do everything else, though. Even the phones give them less morale. They aren't gamers. Fair enough. Right, let's skip to the mechatronics part. Then I'll see what to do with that. Because we're going to have the eggs end up in here as well. That's not ideal. Because that means there's going to be eggs floating around in here when they shouldn't be. That's probably permissible. Right, but the important thing is, this conveyor needs to go out this way. This one is going to hook up and go a similar route. You know what? This one's going to go down here. I'm going to get rid of this. In fact, actually, this could stay hooked up for now. I'm going to send the loop over here. It's going to 50-50 onto this bit. It's then going to go through the sensor, and it's going to dump the eggs on this chute. I could put a loader here and a loader here, and they can get accessed. So that's probably a way of doing that. So, loader, loader. Yeah, that's fine. Then I'm going to put a chute down here. So everything else is going to get dumped in this room. And then I can start sorting stuff out on this line. Yeah, and I'll just 50-50 that up here. I'll put a bridge here. And then the rest of that stuff can get sorted out wherever I want to sort it. So, I don't know. I'm just going to dump it here for now. That's probably not what we're going to do long term. The problem with phones is they are high priority to use, but also tend to take quite a lot of time, so dupes tend to use them instead of better morale sources. I thought you said butter morale sources there. I don't know why. Fun fact, neither fabricating micronutrient fertilizer nor applying farmer's touch effect increases agriculture output. They increase attribute. They increase machinery. That is a fun fact. Good point. Right, we'll build that, and then we can get anything that is in this room out to an inert area. And that will not be eggs. I think the main thing I'm testing today is, can we actually have the Orehulls and the Kelpoles coexist in a setup like this and maintain proper numbers? Or is it just going to get excessive? Now, again, if we look at the tank size, so this is, what, 88 plus... hold on. Well, actually, these do count because of the water, right? So 88 plus 40 minus 3. So it's 125 tiles. So if all the Kelpoles are gone, then we would expect 10 Orehulls to do alright in here. So perhaps if we set this to set a green signal if there's below 10 critters in here. And we'll just test it out. I don't think it's going to work perfectly, but that's fine. The key is I want to make sure we've got a system where all the excess Orehulls end up in here. We have regular Orehulls breeding in here just fine. They're eating the products and we're getting a positive resource loop on that. Now, we do still have 5.8 tons of fertilizer as well. I haven't seen anyone come in here to fertilize these yet, but that is a thing to do. I think Hyper Jace is just currently busy. Looks like we're definitely scolding the Gildgos. I don't overly care about that at the moment. Steam pressure's not doing too badly. How many we got in here now? We got 97 up here. Okay. How much slime? Not a lot, but I think it's getting processed. Still got 29.2 tons of bleach stone. If that number starts going down, it's a sign that we're producing a lot of biodiesel. At the moment, we have... Oh, we nearly filled this up to half. That's not bad. Okay, I'll put in another one. That seems fine. This is all going to run the biodiesel engine later. Maybe. This is nice and cold as well. It comes out of the emulsifier cold. I'm sure these guys are glad to be in the salt water rather than the polluted water this time. Interesting there's not a lot of distinction between freshwater and saltwater fish in this game. Well, maybe it's not that interesting. Right. Highborn Jace is on their way to make some micronutrient fertilizer. Let's see how that actually goes. I should probably also get you to actually do something in here. Did we do the second lumen quartz as well? Yes, that can go down here just for now. That's been going alright. What we got in here? Got the quantum skivvies. Wow. In another universe, these are actually considered Capri Pants. Amazing. Okay, that's fine. You're gonna go build this conveyor rail in a minute. You made some of this. Now, will you apply it? You're gonna go apply it to the... Oh, is it because these aren't priority 9? It does say on this building that you can fertilize the tower kelps. I feel like Highborn Jace should be prioritizing the other ones. Did I set this to enable proximity? I did. There aren't any critters that care about their atmosphere, right? Puffs only eat the one gas, but others don't hurt them. Well, I mean, obviously Drekos want hydrogen, but that's more for their scale growth than because they actually need it. Well, I've seen the Bionics use the espresso machine and just give it a whiff and dump it on the floor. Have we actually done that yet? I feel like we haven't. Now, this is absurd. We have a farm station here. Also, why isn't this growing? Oh, the air pressure is too high. Yeah, that's true. Okay. That is true. What are we going to do about that? Okay, look. Let's just seal this up now, right? That's what we're going to do about it. Then we're going to gradually skim all of this. How bizarre. Right. You're sealed in here as well. There's no steam at the moment. Is there no... How did the oxygen... Oh my god, how did the oxygen get in this room? That's no good. That is something I'm definitely going to have to actually sort. So that's going to be... probably a door crusher or something along those lines. The large amount of steam in here now. It's the polluted oxygen helping the vent erupt. Ugh. Making the plants have popped eardrums. I know, right? That's not good, is it? Alright, guys. A simple question. Do the dupes ever actually fertilize tower kelps? Because the game says they do. But I haven't seen anyone do it yet. And it hasn't shown an errand. If we look at this, it does have an errand. It doesn't fill me with confidence. You could bring in a guy to inhale it. Maybe, but like, it's at the top. They wouldn't really reach the top very easily. That's a lot of oxygen as well. I think we're really going to struggle to actually crush that. There are a lot of things in this run that aren't quite working properly. Well, at least you are actually getting tamed. Does the farmer Bionic have swimming? He better. Yeah, he has a swim hack. Oh, I'm gonna have to flip this temporarily. We can actually get in here and build this. Not quite working properly is an ideal state for an only run. It's not if I'm trying to actually explore things, because then I'm spending a lot of time on maintaining things rather than actually doing new stuff. So what we'll do is put a mechanical door here. And I am literally just going to have it turn on and off automatically. Because all the steam should end up going up here. And that will eventually get rid of all the other gases, I think. Is the errand on the farm? No. Yellow alert time? Not really. This isn't an emergency. I'm not depending on the oxygen. We've released plenty of oxygen. Right, mechanized airlock, and then we're gonna have this open and close based on probably detecting a gas here that isn't steam. So that's gonna be a gas element sensor. It's going to be a NOT gate. And then that's going to have to be an AND gate as well. So we'll have that on a timer. That's fine. That would work if I could actually overlap the buildings, but I can't. Sadly. So that's going to go there, that's going to go there, that's going to go there. Let's see how that goes. And then you need a power wire, which we need to hook up here. Okay. Yeah, have fun with that. Yeah, let's yellow alert these. Let's see if that actually triggers the errand. It seems like the answer is no. So, farming supply on the tower kelp is priority 5. You do not have any emergencies. Why is it priority 5? Oh, that's a dig. No. No, it's a farming supply. Weird. You know what? I'm gonna leave it for now, just because I suspect that we are gonna have too many kelpoles in here anyways. So this is gonna be everything that's not eggs. This is gonna be everything that's not eggs. And it's all gonna get dumped over here. Not sure that's super efficient, but this should mean that Orehull eggs end up on this chute. And then we'll get going. And then you can't reach this tile, so yeah, we can just dump it all here and not worry about it. Okay. You're built, so you need to be set... Why is there water coming down here? Oh, that's ice melting? That's fine. So if you're set to steam... No, not steel. And then we'll set you to green 2, red... you know what? Green 4, red 4. And then that should open and close it. It's not detecting steam. And you can see the gas pressure isn't increasing here generally. It's filling up this. And then that gas is getting deleted. So I think that will eventually clear it out. Let's see what's going on. In terms of research, we are 40 databanks shy. We have 0 databanks. Okay, I thought we actually had more than that. Do I want to do that next while we're just trying to get these guys to breed? I mean, when are you going to get cozy? You're cozy and tame now, so you're going to start... Oh, you need to get groomed. Okay. I think we need to get another boop. So, you're currently set to building. Now, let's check these boops. So... how about Chip or Eduardo? Let's see. You have lower medicine and lower science. I think Chip can be the guy. We don't need that many diggers. I made 4 ranching boosters and 3 crop tending boosters. So you can have a few of those and then you can prioritize that again. So Chip can go here and here. Yang. No, Highborn Jace is up here as well. That's fine. Okay. See how that goes. Maybe if we get another dupe on it, that will help. And then I'm gonna... What should I do with this for now? I'm gonna remove this for now so we're not actually feeding these. The sulfur isn't going to get consumed while they're not growing, and we do have plenty of rubber, so I'm not that concerned. We did also actually just straight up make... We made up like 50 gaskets or something, so we're not going to need to make any of those for a while. We may need to yell at the farm station at the plants. Yeah, so the thing about that is... they were making them... They've made the fertilizer in here, but they're not distributing the fertilizer. This did work when we did it with the sea combs. So I'm not actually sure what the issue is. We had ladder access, but the guy could swim, so I don't think that's the issue. Right, you're tame and groomed, so you're going to start laying eggs. They do not lay eggs very quickly, I will say. Yeah, Chip can help out now. Let's see how that goes. I mean, we've got to get these growing a bit first to see what's going on. I don't think we want to harvest these. Well, actually, I guess we do want to harvest them. Okay, let's leave that for now. We'll let that evolve. Let's check the steam room. I'm not sure this oxygen is actually getting removed. Well, maybe it is, but not very quickly. I mean, that definitely deleted the polluted oxygen, so this is giving me hope that it is getting deleted. It's probably just quite slow. There was a lot in here as well. Okay, another dupe. Yeah, I'm keen for more dupes at this point, I think. Eduardo, you can go for construction. No, you can go for digging because we just got rid of a guy. So, there you go. Priorities, you can focus on digging. Yang, you can focus on operating as well now that we've changed your boosters around. You don't need that one. You need a swim hack booster, which I haven't made yet. You need an Atmo suit, which is here. So let's make another swim hack booster. Make another suit training booster. If I leave them alone for a bit... Actually, you know what I could do? Let's actually... First of all, let's make sure that Eduardo is in the suit. No, not that one. You. Yeah, you need to go and actually grab these things. Until then, we get to watch you in your skirt. I've run out of liquids. I haven't really. There's more hiding under the table. It's not the point. Oh, look. All the plants in the nature reserve are suffering from the air pressure too. That is true. Does that actually disqualify it as being a nature reserve? No, it doesn't. That's very funny. Okay. You've got the suit. That's good. You get your rubber ducky. And then we'll hook up your booster in a minute. Sweep that gunk. Right, I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna reload it and we're gonna see if that affects the tower kelps. Have any of you guys actually micronutrient fertilized tower kelps? Because if you can't, and the game says you can, then that's obviously going to make it so we can't get the Orehulls resource positive. Which is not good. Would be a shame. You could actually see the loading screen that time. That's odd. Nope, no errands. Well, now I'm just confused. Someone was using the farm station? Yeah, so the dupes are using the farm station to make the micronutrient fertilizer, but they're not actually using it in the room. That's the issue. They're not fertilizing the plants. And they can get in here. And when are we going to get an Orehull egg? Have we got some rotten nori in here? Well, that's just bad luck. Check the upper segment for errands. Low priority. Requires learned skill. Disallow tinking. Oh! They have to tend the top segment. Oh! Do they have to tend each segment? Oh! They have to tend each individual segment of tower kelp. Oh my god! That's disgusting! That's actually disgusting. So what, if I do this? Yeah, then Hyper Jace comes. That is actually disgusting. It has to be applied to every segment. Oh my god. Okay, we're not... we ain't doing that. That's ridiculous. It's the same for the trees and the overgrow? Yeah. That is gross. No one. Well, I know I never did it for the overgrow because of the lums. Okay, well, I'm glad we solved the mystery. But this is not a good use of fertilizer, is it? On per segment basis? That would use up way more fertilizer than we would actually get, I think, from making our own fertilizer. Well, I guess it's safe to say we're not going to do this again. No, but that's why I'm glad I've done it today on stream, because we're learning lessons. Okay, I'm going to let that just sit there, and we're going to see what happens with the Orehulls and the Kelpoles. I'm not going to overly invest myself in it anymore. Looks like the oxygen pressure is decreasing, just slowly, so this is solving itself. And we are actually getting some more steam in here, so that's good. Okay, We need more databanks to do the biodiesel engine. The biodiesel production has been going well. It's been going very well. So I think what we're going to do... Let's actually get one of our researchers. So Leofar has the field research stuff. What about Nemetrek? Nemetrek, we're going to give you a digging booster of each type. And then we're going to send you to the other planet. We're going to analyze the... We're going to analyze the geysers for databanks. And what else do I need to do? We have this, which we need to activate. This is the output teleporter, and then this is the input teleporter. We did dig up to these. We need to activate them. Then we can get Nemetrek to go and analyze each geyser. There's another geyser here as well. This seems fine. This is what we'll do now. How much fertilizer will be used will depend on just how skilled your farmers are. Yeah, that is true. But even then, like, we're using 8... It's 8 doses per plant instead of 1 dose per plant. I don't think that's ever going to be a good idea. Maybe that's why the dupes don't do it. They know what a waste it is. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Okay, for the record, obviously I talked about Orehulls and fertilizing the tower kelps on that tier list of allocating bracken to critters. I still think that Orehulls deserve to be in B tier because they give you a lot of raw shellfish. Like, that seems reasonable on its own. And who knows, maybe if you do have a load of labor for it, you could do it and just get a load of polluted dirt. It does not seem like the best use of fertilizer, but it is a use. I think they would definitely switch positions in B tier with some other critters, but I didn't rank it in terms of the things there anyways. Okay, look, I'm just going to make this a plastic ladder now. You guys have enough plastic now. And you're actually coming down here fairly often, so have fun with that. They're all scolding in here now. Okay. That's interesting. So, is that just because the gunk is so hot? That is kind of curious to me. If you loaded up a Bionic dupe with 7 agriculture boosters, it would be about 71 kilograms per cycle of fertilizer. Is that per tower kelp? Any critter that gives an unrenewable resource is good in my eyes. But the point is, for the critter fountain, they're not gonna. The excess Orehulls are not gonna make extra iron ore because they won't get scale growth when they're miserable. For 8 tower kelp plants. Okay, that actually seems reasonable. That seems just... So that's like 9 kilograms per plant per cycle. For about half the Orehulls output for polluted mud. Well, the Orehull outputs 50 kilograms per cycle of polluted mud. Well, I mean, yeah, we can figure out the maths, but, like... That's probably about the point where it kind of makes sense to do. Okay, well, that's reassuring. I don't think we're going to get any eggs in here for a while. That room's like hell to... That room looks like hell to walk through. Any step would be a loss. Yeah, that's so spiky. That's true. Imagine if you slipped over and you just impaled yourself on the endless legions of Gildgos. Yeah. That would not be ideal. We got 109 critters in here now. We're probably not going to get it that far past 109 if they're all scolding in there from the gunk. I do not mind that. This is filling up very quickly, so that's good. Okay, let's send Nemetrek to the other atmosphere, the other planet. Let's do that side quest now. Where is the teleporter? Not that one, this one. Teleport Nemetrek. And then we'll keep an eye on that. I think we're going to have to just crush all of the oxygen out of here. But the good news is the steam is actually accumulating. It's very counterintuitive. There's never trick. Let's go. I did not pay attention to any of your needs. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. So, what I will need to do... You are emitting... You're trying to emit hydrogen. I don't think you're getting very far. I don't actually care too much about the situation for that. Let's just go ahead and analyze this. So you're going to go activate the teleporters. We've inspected these for databanks. This needs to be set up to... data banks. I will need to dig up some metal. Where even is the metal? Okay, well, there's a little bit down here. That's not... No. Here. Really? Is that the closest available metal? No, that's not good enough either. I'm gonna have you dig that. That's close enough. And then, yeah, just come in here and then just grab this. That's fine. How much? Okay, so power banking is going to come in pretty handy, and you've got the rest of your stuff sorted out. That's good. And there will probably be a fair few things that we've... So we've already analyzed a fair few things. That's good. Once we dug out the metal, we'll just put a manual generator in and we'll get this to run. And we'll make this allow manual use, priority 9. Yeah, so now... Manual generator... Wire... battery would be a good one. I guess I'm just gonna yellow alert that for now. Oh, someone had a good question on Reddit the other day. So they were talking about the steam turbine and power, and heat units to power. Because the steam turbine turns about 877 kDTUs per second of heat into 850 watts. But the wiki says that 1 DTU is 1 kilojoule, which clearly, or about 1 kilojoule, which clearly doesn't add up with that definition. Does the game actually define how many DTUs are in a joule? I know the metal refinery has a entry where it says how many kilojoules of energy it's going to heat up the liquid by. That seems to give about 1 joule per DTU. Even then, that doesn't make sense. No, it was about 1 kDTU per joule. That was the definition from the metal refinery, and that was consistent with the steam turbine. But it's not consistent with that entry in the wiki that said that 1 DTU equals 1 kilojoule. I think the wiki just got it wrong and someone needs to update it. There's actually quite a bit of outdated information on the wiki now. Just about things in general. Even the wiki GG. Have any of you guys been on the fandom wiki since people started vandalizing that? That was a kind of a silly situation. I don't think we need any more metal if that was actually enough to build everything. I guess now go pick up all these databanks. Are you really only going to pick up 2 at a time? What? Yeah, when you need heat, you better use heat in its raw form, not steam turbine, and Tepidized nowadays, full update, it was reversed. Interesting. I would definitely appreciate if you dump more than 2 databanks at a time. You're just gonna do 1? Amazing. Right. Oh, there's a databank. I guess I'll inspect and rummage these. I guess we could send clothing back. That's fine. But yeah, the main thing we probably want to do is analyze thing. Oh. Why can't you get up there? Oh, there was a bit here that melted. Okay, so you're going to need to build a ladder. That's fine. And you can get up here and analyze this vent, and you can grab those databanks. The fandom wiki is no longer maintained, and the WikiGG one is the real one. Yes, that's true. Nobody should ever use the fandom one. Right. The hydrogen should stay up here, generally. And then let's have a look at the other geysers. So there's one down here. Now, what's the easiest way to get down there? Probably going through this. Not that I would usually recommend digging through Abyssalite as the fastest option, but I think that is what we're actually going to do today. And then that can get down here, and then we can see whether we should open this one yet or not. If I remember correctly, a DTU is a joule except energy isn't conserved. I mean, that would make the most sense. For sure. There's no guarantee it's actually true in all cases. Yeah. I was actually going to use this at some point, but we've made way too much hydrogen near the asteroids, so there's not really much point. I believe the reason they made up the DTU was so they could play fast and loose with the relationship between heat and power. Which is, yeah, it's kind of interesting that the metal refinery refers to energy as kilojoules then. Well, is this going to be worth grabbing? I don't know, maybe. It is technically free databanks. We'll have to send you back when your power banks run out. Oh, your gear oil is low? That's probably fine. Any bets on the average output of this geyser? Nothing is at stake. Jaffa has earned a skill point. Okay, that could be power banking. Anything else? Eduardo can have schematics. You can have the digging hats. Agent Cody power banks can have improved gears. Wait. Oh, Chip. What does Chip want? I'm going to give you complex processing. Nobody else has that hat. Oh, right. No, let's give you the ranching hat. That makes sense. 94. Let's go. Let's see. It's 101. There you go. And the manual airlock has actually worked pretty well. That's good. Got a warm coat. How many databanks was that? 8? That's not very many. You collected 1 databank. Okay. Any more geysers over here? There, a suspicious looking geyser in here. Possibly? Okay, that was 5. That's better. Then you can just start digging around. I should probably keep an eye and see if anything interesting is going on over here. Nobody's idle. That's good. So things are still happening. We've got some Kelpoles. Okay. You've eaten from feeder. You've eaten the Kelpole. Good. Looks like we don't have any Orehull eggs yet. That's probably still... Oh, you're about to lay an egg. Okay, let's see what happens. Well, about to lay an egg is not exactly what's going on, but we'll see. Okay, there's the Orehull egg. That's gone. So that's going to get caught in here, and then I think I'm just going to have to remove this. Then what's going to happen? Let's not set everything to red alert. Sure, tender brisket. That's going to go up here, and then that's going to go through the sensor, and then that's going to detect that, because there's nothing else on this plate, that's going to detect the egg, and it's going to drop it here. And then that's going to eventually hatch in 20 cycles. Okay, good. That's fine. Nothing super interesting about that. One whole hydrogen generator and 100th of vanilla. Amazing. Okay, let's keep looking around. Oil reservoir. You're not going to be the fastest digger, so this is going to take, like, a fair amount of time. Oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. Any guesses on what this geyser is going to be? I did show you earlier in the menu what geysers are on the planet, but I'm not sure you were paying attention, so you might not know. Also, he might not actually dig that way if he's being stubborn about it. Any clues? Not really. Maybe a vent? Keep looking over here to see if we can find another geyser. Definitely not the best use of your time. You know what? Let's look at this first. Looks like a water vent, maybe. Oh, a volcano. Oh, good. Well, we are analyzing it, so let's just get it over with, and then we'll put a cold temperature plate there. 148 kilograms per second of magma. This is a minor volcano. I mean, obviously that's the eruption average. The total average will be a lot less, but, like, that still seems really high. I thought it was usually, like, somewhere in the region of 100 kilograms a second. The Sweetles are coming to investigate as well. They're suspicious. Maybe my maths is just off. So we have a liquid sulfur geyser, a carbon dioxide vent here as well. It's overheating. Oh! Wait, we just straight up didn't let any gas out? Oh, no, there's some kind of, oh, there's some kind of shenanigan up here. Oh, okay. I need to seal that and then dig this out, right? Well, I wasn't hoping to do that. And then you're gonna have to dig this. Sorry. 133, it's pretty normal. Fair enough. Oh, you're about to gunk yourself? Well, that's no good. Alright, that will actually do, because that's going to let the gas out. That's going to stop this from overheating, one would hope. Yeah. You don't need to do that tile anymore. I will get you to put a cold temperature plate here if we can find any coal. Is there coal? No. Okay. Well, maybe we'll just seal it the old-fashioned way then, and that will probably seal itself fairly soon. A major minor volcano. Yeah. Good. You are about to gunk yourself? How long can you stay in a gunked suit for? Not very long at all. Probably gonna have to send you back pretty quickly then. Yeah. Stress is now going up at 75% per cycle. Well, that's no good. If I keep follow cam on you... Oh, that's not going to help. No. Keep working. Can I get you to deliver all of these before you have to go back? That would be ideal. I should have probably planned that a bit better timing-wise. So follow cam again. We shall tickle his tootsies manually. Extra stress reduction. Oh, now he's running out of gear oil too. Yeah, okay. So that is 13 databanks. Okay, that's good. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, Nematrek. How many databanks is that? That was 4. Okay, that's good. And a snazzy suit. You now have... Yeah, you now have 90 per cycle. Good. Oh, and now he's going to keep doing the friggin' animation. That animation interrupting their movement is actually kind of the thing that's the most concerning. I think I'm just going to send you back now. That's fine. Now I could just defrost a friend and have the friend do... No, the friend can do stuff. The friend doesn't have the skills. Okay, let's just send them a trek back. It's fine. Oh yeah, that's going to erupt. Well, we'll send it back fairly soon. Good. Okay, and we'll obviously not remove your suit in the liquid. It's a pretty convenient place for a thing, to be honest. Right, unequip suit. And then you can equip this suit. We had waiting for you. And then we can reactivate the teleporter in about 1.5 cycles. Sure. Oxygen pressure is still increasing. Okay. I will get you to do these drywalls as well. Now that the shaft is actually free. Shall we set up the artifact analysis station? I think that would be a good idea. Because we did grab some artifacts. 2 eggs now, that's good. I will, Jace, I'm going to let you have a rest now that we have another rancher dupe. And we've also determined that we shouldn't probably be fertilizing these. Looks like they have been fertilizing a few of them. Well, that's okay. I think we've determined that it's good enough, although the main thing is... Probably not going to harvest these automatically either. Right, let's see. So, artifact analysis. Do we have that? Yes, we do. Okay. That will go here. And that means we'll put a ladder... Or we'll put a ladder... I don't actually want to let these guys out, so I'm going to leave that as the normal floor for now. Let's put a lamp in here. A normal lamp. And then put some more plastic here. Sensor there is fine. And then that can go there. I think I have the capability to look at this. Still don't really get how removing the neutronium from the artifact is possible, but I'm not going to complain. Right, Nematrek, how are you? Your stress is still going up. We'll keep you here for a little bit until this goes down again and you get some morale. So how many databanks are left? It's still 40 left. Do we not have the actual Or are people just not delivering the... Looks like people just aren't delivering the databanks, but we have the databanks. So where are they then? They're not in there. Where's the exit teleporter? It's here. Oh, you need to activate this. Oh, okay. I forgot to do that. Fair enough. Who's going to come do that errand then? Oh, it is Nematrek, obviously. Yeah. And then we should just get a load of databanks. How many will this be? Probably somewhere in the region of 30, 35. Probably not quite the full 40, but we'll see. $33. Okay. So we'll need to send Nematrek back at least once. That's fair enough. How's the mud situation looking? Yeah, we're barely tapping into that at all. That's good. Okay. Well, what else am I going to do today, then? I kind of thought we were going to spend longer on the Orehulls, but I need to actually let that situation mature. Plenty of light in here now. How has this... This is running again now. That's good. Okay. Looks like we're getting rid of some of the steam. But we're mostly getting rid of the carbon dioxide. That's okay. Yeah, this seems to be working well. For now. Okay. So the remaining objective of what I wanted to do... I don't think I'm going to bother testing Jawbos in this run. The remaining objective is just going to the tree planet and doing that. Now, I think I do want to actually eventually recruit Minnow, as we discussed. So we could start to work on that. So you need sushi rolls. Let's actually get to work on that. Do we have the research for that? Sushi. Yes, we do. So, sushi bar. Let's just play around with some of these buildings. Really sure what the dupes are doing all day at this point. They're clearly working on something. Oh, did I make more pink unitards? Maybe. I'm gonna make more snazzy suits. Maybe make like 10. We did want to do this at some point, but we really don't need more power and more salt. We've got all the resources we actually need. The Orehulls is just so that we have sustainable iron ore for the steel production. I guess what I should do is get them to start building the biodiesel pipe up to the rocket platform. So that is just going to go this way. And then that's going to go up here. This won't take them very long at all, though. So that's going to go over here. Sure, more Draco eggs. The plug slug is now trapped in the tile. That's good. Okay. Priority 9, analyze artifacts. Looks like we're pretty close. We're 7 databanks away. But, right, well, Nematrek's... Okay, let's set the schedule back to 1 bit of bedtime now. Nematrek's stress is decreasing again. Nematrek has high morale. Should I just send Nematrek back now? Well, yeah, that's literally just reactivated now, so go ahead. Is there anything to analyze in here that we haven't already? No. Okay. We need to go plug up that volcano. At some point as well, I'll need to teleport this guy back. So maybe we'll make some temporary facilities for him. I don't know. Maybe not. Right, so you've grabbed all of that. So let's actually just insulated tile that. In fact, does it matter? You know what? That's gonna plug itself. We're in an atmosphere. I don't actually care. Let's just do that. Now, the geyser. Where is the geyser? There's 2 left. Not seeing any immediately apparent telltale signs. It could technically be over here. The easiest way for me to get over there would probably be just to dig in here and have a look. I do not want to let the plug slugs out. So go ahead and do that digging as well. I'm imagining one of the geysers is over here as well. What's going on? Why am I hearing ping bongs? Nothing overly suspicious, apparently. What's this? Oh, hold on. That wasn't supposed to melt. What? A lead wire. Okay, well, a lead wire melting is probably something I should have expected, and why would that have done that? Oh, because because there's no friggin' gas pressure left in here now. Right, well in that case I should probably actually open this naphtha, or open a naphtha, get some more liquid pressure in here again. Oh, I don't know, it's probably... You're gonna build that again, that's fine. Right, you've analyzed this, that's 4 more databanks. Where is the geyser? Is it, are there more geysers down here? Maybe, I mean, where are you? You're here, okay, so you do actually need to dig this tile as well, okay. Yes, very glad you decided to deliver the databanks one at a time. Oh, he's done it! He's done it! Okay, we actually had enough databanks then. Good. Okay, that means we can make a new rocket with... where is it?
Thanks for the sub!
The biodiesel engine.
Take my money.
What? Take my money? Neo, thank you very much for your 38 months of Prime. Hope you're doing well. Having a pleasant day? What are you up to these days? How are you? What on earth is going on here? New rocket. Space above rocket blocked. Oh! What? Is this not high enough? Excuse? Oh no, it's the ladder. Oh. Okay. Alright. Yes, thank you very much. Hello, Connectien. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we are at the point where we're going to make the biodiesel rocket now. In fact, that means I should just send you back now, right? I don't care about the rest of the events. Do I care about the rest of the events on this planet? Liquid sulfur. Yeah, we do care about the liquid sulfur, so I will get our friend Nemetrek to keep looking at that. Not too much work, playing, don't starve together, so on house stuff and things. Yeah, it's good. I just got back from a holiday in Scotland, so that was nice. We're testing out the Aquatic Planet Pack. We've got all Bionic duplicates. I've been doing a few harebrained schemes on this run. The thing that's working really well, we have 30 tons of bleachstone, as people said. We have been maximizing the polluted brine vent. We've got an awful lot of steam here. And we've been getting a lot of salt from this. And we've been using that to make a load of bleachstone. We've also been breeding a load of Gildgos. Biodiesel engines are 7 wide. Really? Okay. Alright, let's go adjust that quickly then. Tell I haven't actually done that. Yeah, in fact, actually, no, we have done that. The only place we have done that is on the series run, where we've also built a biodiesel rocket and not launched it yet. What do you mean you're out of power? I don't think you're out of power. Where are you? Oh, you are out of power. Well, I'm just going to send you back then. Oh, I can't send you back. Okay. Also, don't have any empty power banks on you. Interesting. That's no good. That's no good at all. We're going to need to get you to MacGyver something together. Now, there is lead. So I think we can make something out of lead to make this work. Is there anything more convenient than that? Crafting station and metal banks. Yeah, that's probably more convenient. I was going to set up an eco power bank thing and have them run on a wheel, but that's probably easier. Yeah, we'll just do that. So I'm going to set this up over here as well. Crafting station, make metal power banks. Yeah. How much mucin per snail per cycle can you get if you only use one breeded snail? Yeah, you can get a lot. You can get like a kilogram per second. You'll have like a big swathe of breeders, even with just one snail. It'll be between 14 and 35, depending on happiness. Excess snails, and they're the ones producing all the mucin. So that could be between like 500 to 1,000 grams per second. Yeah, like that much. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna yellow alert this. Wake the sleeping dude. Well, we could, but I don't really want to. You should have enough power for this.
Killer fish.
Your
from
first
San
Neo,
Diego.
congratulations.
I don't know what I am, but I taste really good.
Okay.
I'm a
you're
killer
not
fish.
doing
Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
It's more than enough to just make infinite brackine and save on water. Yeah. Yeah, the snails are really strong. You're gonna have to do better than that. Oh, the metal's all the way... Oh, look, that's ridiculous. You're not doing that. You are... You're doing this. You're going to go up here and you're going to dig that. And you're going to priority 9 the rest of this. You're going to dig that. There. Oh. You're going to dig that as well. There you go. Have fun. You're fine. You still have low gear oil. What are you doing? No, no, no. That needs to be made out of cobalt. You still have to actually make the metal power bank as well. Cutting it a bit fine. Right, metal power bank. Cobalt, yes. Have fun. So, yeah, let's see. The biodiesel engine can go here. Ba-ba-da-ba. Then we'll get that rocket built, and then we'll officially be at the point where we're at a similar point of consideration for rocketry and shenanigans as we were on the series run. And I think, especially if How are you? Yeah, you did do that. That's good. I will get you to dig more of these as well. Then that can go there. Yeah, so then I think, considering we're at the end of the week, I think I will start to alternate between this run and the series run. Because I want to see what it's like to retrofit Aquatic Planet stuff into an old save. And I was pretty happy with that save too. Right, I don't think we're in an emergency now, are we? Yeah, so you can just build those. And then we'll send you over in a minute. Right. Big rocket. Okay, so what are we going to add? Probably not the robopilot. We're going to add the cartography... Well, let's see. Research module. Collects free floating databanks. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Surely. Just one. Then we're going to need some oxidizer. That's probably just going to be the oxalite. Let's go ahead and build one of those. We know we're going to want the... We're going to want the Spacefarer module. We know we're going to want a basic nose cone. You can do that with ceramic. Actually, you can do that with rubber. That's interesting. Select insulator. Refined carbon. Ceramic. Pearl. Pearl? What? How much salt per cycle desalinated produces from salt water? So salt water is 7% salt. Brine is 30% salt. Right, nose cone there. I probably don't want to do a drill cone yet. I'll put, let's see, an artifact module would be a good idea. Want a battery as well. Probably a solar panel. Okay, that's really ugly. So you can go like that. Well, let's research the cartography module. Yeah, there we go. That's what we can do with the rest of the databanks. We do actually have almost enough databanks to do this, so that's good. Okay, let's keep going. How's this looking? Yeah, still gradually getting rid of all of this gas. It's fine. Oh wow, look at that. The synchronized salting of the power banks. We got the self-contained system here. Wow! A marvel of the cosmos. Inside this display is an entirely self-contained solar system. Plus 80 decor over 7 tiles. That's pretty good. Let's definitely put those in here. That's not a yellow alert. Yeah, that'll do, I think. That doesn't have to be symmetrical, but we'll keep it... You know what? Let's just make this whole bit a display shelf. Why not? Are we going to get that many artifacts? Probably not. Is it going to be funny to try? Maybe. Okay, and then that could be the self-contained system, because that has the most decor. That's like the most decor I've seen from an artifact for a while. Oh, we got the vacillator recharges too. Hold on. There's water here. That's good. Okay, so that means let's actually go and recharge this. Good. Am I just going to give myself all the buffs? I think I'm just going to give myself all the buffs. We got some office mugs in here as well. Okay, well that's fun. How's the biodiesel situation looking? Really good. We've actually got a full tank, pretty much. And then we could start to hook that up, so... I'll put a couple more ladders in. These ladders probably need to be obsidian, right? For this. We probably don't need this many, but beggars... I don't know, let's just do it. Probably... Oh, we need the liquid fuel tank on this. Yeah, that would that would help. Large liquid fuel tank. Yeah, there you go. And let's actually... Yeah, that's fine. Set this to oxalites, I think. We do have plenty of oxalite. We've been making a ton of it over here. Though not currently. Why not? It's detecting oxygen. Oh. Need this not gate, did we? Well, that's amusing. Okay, let's start making that again then. It's big and impressive. Now, the biodiesel. Let's send that in here. Now, if we do that, then that's just going to explode. So I think what we'll do as well... that should probably just be an insulated pipe, right? Let's make that insulated underneath the blast zone. I think we're going to have to do this a little bit for a lot of this pipe. See how that goes. That water pipe is obviously going to have to go up as well. Don't know exactly how far. You can't actually reach that until we start building more rocket segments, right? So a clean salt water for half a cyclone stuff and 2 snails. How much salt per cycle for desalinated? So 600. I don't know about that. Oh, enough for 2 snails. Oh, okay, maybe. I kind of see lowish FPS. Not sure if it's a game of the stream. Maybe I'm just not used to mid-late game only FPS. No, it's me. I've got 18 FPS. This is not the most high-end computer in the world. And it is summer. But we're doing okay. Oh, Nematrek. Nematrek, let's send you back. I think you're good to go now, right? Oh, nearly? What? Yeah, lick the power bank. What's the situation with you? Oh, you need a... Ah, this is a situation then, isn't it? How about... Right, how about Nematrek goes on the sleep-only schedule? Does that help? But why? I know. I'm gonna get a new computer soon. This game runs a lot better when I'm not streaming it at the same time. I don't think this is going to make enough of a difference. I'm probably actually going to have to remove your suit here. Yeah, that actually does make a difference. Okay. I think that should be enough that we aren't going to lose you, but I might need to follow you around for a little bit. Oh, you're going to zap yourself with liquids? Well, that's not ideal. Oh my god, he's going to keep doing it, isn't he? Good. Why is he just going... Oh my god, okay. I mean, I get it. You made a load of power banks. You want to charge up. I just wish you wouldn't do this. People say streaming kills your PC, and I've tried streaming. So, well, I wouldn't say it's killing my PC. It's just OBS does require some resources. See, now you're actually behaving. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, eat some oxygen. I'm going to stay on follow cam. Hopefully that reduces your stress enough that we're not going to have an issue. Maybe not. I could unequip your swim hack booster. I'm not sure that's going to make a difference. But yeah, I'm pretty close to the goal where I'm going to buy my computer, and I think I know what decision to make that. Why not make ladder over water? He's not going to be here very long. We'll get rid of him pretty soon. In fact, how soon? Oh, this is a real race against time, isn't it? I might have to unequip the swim hack booster. Actually, if you're defragmenting, you should be alright. Because that actively reduces your stress by 20%. We are now forced to watch Nematrek for a little bit. I'm not convinced we're going to be alright. I'm going to move you here preemptively. Oh, you slipped? You slipped and got 3% stress. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, good. And now you're going to start shocking everyone. That's not good. You now are wasting all that power. Can we actually send someone to rescue Nematrek? No? Okay. Well, that's going to be an issue, because that means your oxygen tank is going to have to last you for a while. No, he's not going to make it. To be fair, it's taking a while to discharge. Can we actually send you through the teleporter before you explode? Yeah, get more liquid exposure. That's a good idea. Ladder would have saved him. No, it wouldn't have. Because he was getting liquid exposed on the way down. It wasn't that close. He wasn't going to make it. What we got? Also, he's not instantly dead. He does have 3 days worth of oxygen in his tank. We can send someone over to resuscitate him. He's now antsy. He's waiting. He's waiting impatiently. Alright, let's see if we can send you in. Any second now. Okay, no. Yes. Nematrek. Will that actually trigger? Let's set you back to the normal schedule. I should probably have more people in the other schedule as well, actually, now I think about it. Upcoming errands, use teleporter. Yeah, he's probably not going to do it then, is he? What if I red alert it? No. Okay. Well, that's fine. Someone can come rescue him. He's got 3.5 days worth of oxygen here. Oh, it's polluted oxygen? That might still be alright. Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He was antsy. Okay, good. That's good enough. Wait. Wait, he actually didn't get through his whole thing. I think when they stress out, they use 4 power banks worth. Wow. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I guess we need to get you in a suit very quickly then. But wow, he didn't actually incapacitate himself. Very interesting. Okay. It's going to make things easier when we resume this. Okay. Put your suit back on. Job well done. And then the Biodiesel Rocket will go in. We'll do that sometime. Yeah, that's okay. What printables we got? Sure, I'll print the Seacomb Seed. We got the office mugs. Oh, look at that! These shelves look much better when you actually have... the thing like that. I could put the Lumen Quartz in here too. Okay, Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here then, because it's going to take a while for the Orehulls to get breeding for me to thoroughly look at this. We need more polluted dirt. Have you guys not been running these? I guess you haven't been, have you? Well, go ahead and do that, because you have plenty of polluted mud. Let's get you guys doing that so these plants are growing again, but you're eating the things. We have got 5 eggs in here. So that is... yeah, that's 15 kilograms. And then the rest of them are going to start sitting in here. I think let's set this to 40 for now. Get this working again. We'll get people down here. We'll get someone to do this errand. And then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, I don't think that's gone too badly today. It's been interesting having a look at this. These tower kelps are growing pretty quickly. Where do you keep additional P-dirt for the kelp? Well, we're making it all from the polluted mud that was on the map and that the Orehulls are producing. So the polluted dirt is just getting auto-swept straight into the kelps, and some of it is down here off-gassing. In fact, I probably need to sweep this so it doesn't off-gas, because there's lots of CO2 pressure down here stopping it from off-gassing. And the kelp holes obviously aren't getting groomed, because that would be silly. Have we been doing a load of shearing? Did we get any iron in here? That would end up over here, wouldn't it? Doesn't look like it, although I'm sure we've consumed a lot of it for the refinement anyways. This is not powering on. Out of power? Really? I find that kind of hard to believe. Oh wow, we have been drinking the power. Fair enough. Should I just build more hydrogen things down here? That's probably not a bad idea. We have time. I'm not going to pretend this is the most efficient thing in the world, but it would help, wouldn't it? We'll need to remove that ladder. Lately, I've been thinking that ethanol distiller is a magic solution to most resource problems. It is. You just got to get rid of the CO2. You just got to actually send it to space or potentially do stuff with slicksters. But yeah, ethanol distilleries can solve a lot of problems if you get the infrastructure set up to handle them properly in the first place. I think what I will do is I will actually hook these up to another wire to match the... one that's already got some tidal turbines on it. Let's have a look. So this one has got tidal turbines and a hydrogen generator. So I'm just going to put another load of these on here. Just for now. I'm going to send it through here, and I think that's going to matter. Then that's going to go down here. That can bridge in here. These joint plates act as bridges, by the way, and then we'll just do that. Nothing super complicated going on with that. Got a moth. I need to actually start shutting my curtains again. Then once that's all built, priority 5, the gas pipe. Definitely worth setting up just in case we need it as backup power. Oh, I bet we haven't dug any of the back wall behind these tiles. Oh, whatever, I don't care. And don't tinker these for now. Okay, that'll do. And then, yeah, let's keep an eye on these guys. So we've got loads of eggs. We're going to have loads more Orehulls appear. They're happy at the moment, so they're not culling extra Kelpoles. I do find it very creepy how they just look like leaves and then you see the actual critter hanging on at the end. It's kind of like the mild Oni body horror, like with the bee tinies turning into the beta hives. I find that very interesting. Right, suppress notification on you. Some snow here. This still isn't melting at all. I'm really glad we haven't been forming a load of tiles in here. It looks like some of the sulfur is melted over here. That's okay. We're up to 84 in here. What? Oh, right. So yeah, we are scalding some of them now. Looks like the Brackine supply was interrupted by the temperature issues in here. I think that is going to solve itself eventually. Although, this isn't actually insulated. What I should really do is get over here. Then you can swim up here, and then I can actually insulate this bit as well. That would be worth doing. So, to make the sushi for minnow, we've done this before, obviously, in the previous run. We need fish fillet, which we'll start to have, nori, and then we need the meal lice, the lice loaf. And then we just need to do the caviar with the sequines, but that will come later. I'm not overly fussed. Oh, looks like sulfur has ended up in here. Really? I guess some of it's solidifying over here and getting swept back up. It's not ideal, but it's not like this mercury is going to conduct any significant heat, so I don't really care. Done the research on the cartography module. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's add that. Where are we going to add that? Seems fine, and we got room for 3 more things. Or 3 more space for things. Okay. Liquid tanks fueled up, that's nice. I'm gonna have to build some... Well, I can't build some ladders over here because of the friggin' thing. How's it gonna work then? Oh, whatever. I'll think about that later. Right, you're building all these gas pipes now, so these should kick in fairly soon. Give us some backup power. Not sure what happened over there with the chlorine. Okay, I think this will be the thumbnail. I'll just, be something along these lines. Yeah. We're shaving and shearing them. Oh, and iron ore bounces around in the little shearing station. That's funny. What a relief. Oh, there it goes. He's bald! He's balding and molding. Okay. Good. Well, that was a fun little experiment. I mean, we'll see how this goes. We're going to have to see how that evolves over time, but that's going to do it for now. Cycle 283. That was all I really wanted to do today, was set this up and do a few things in the other asteroid. But let's put my music on, and we'll discuss what the plan is for next week. Thanks very much for hanging out. Hope you guys have enjoyed the stream today. Hold on, what's going on here? Have I missed a chat message? I have missed a chat message. I don't know why that hasn't shown up on YouTube. What rooms do you think they should add that are Bionic exclusive? I think there should be an oxygen room where you utilize the gas canisters. I'm not sure. It'd be nice if they used more morale things. Maybe make it so that they can use the remote work terminals more effectively? I don't know. But yeah, thanks very much for hanging out, everyone. It's been fun today. We certainly did actually run some Orehulls. I'm not overly happy with the solution, but we've at least learned more about them. I think our run is in a pretty similar position to our series run now. So I think what we're actually going to do, we're not going to stop this run forever, but I think I am going to flip back to series next week. And we're going to investigate what we need to do to get that asteroid up and running with the new DLC content. See what changes you have to make to an existing save, see whether that's worth doing. I also have actually prepared a save on Oasis. We've deleted the starting biome on Oasis. I think it is possible to do it without the starting biome on Oasis, like in the previous YouTube videos of the series. So we might have a look at that if my other plans don't really work out. But if you like what you've seen and you're not already following me on Twitch, feel free to follow me and you'll get notifications when I go live. There's also the YouTube channel where we upload videos on a semi-regular basis. We just did a tier list about feeding critters brackine, and I was discussing Orehulls in that. I think I'm still happy with B tier for them. Fertilizing the tower kelps is not as efficient as I thought it would, but I think it's still overall profitable if you have the dupe labor to fertilize each individual segment. It's not great though. I think in future I am just going to have 2 separate tanks though. One for the Orehulls and then one for the tower kelps. Because the amount of kelpoles you're going to get in the room otherwise is just ridiculous. And the thing with mixed ranches is using critter centers to automate them is not really reasonable. Because they don't differentiate between the different critter types. Which is pretty sad, but it was nice to try it out. And it will work well enough for this save. And there's a Discord as well, where we talk about video games. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them there, and someone will answer them. Possibly me. And let's go see who's around. Let's go raid someone. And yeah, enjoy your weekend. It feels weird that it's Friday, because I've been on holiday all week. Doing other things. TBH. You know what? I'm going to go raid. It's been a while. I'm going to go raid Salvner, who is doing some Subnautica speedrunning, I'm sure. But yeah, Subnautica's fun. We're underwater, they're underwater, it's all good. Yeah, take care, everyone. We'll be back next week on series, I think. And we'll flip-flop between the 2 saves based on how I feel. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.